Welcome to the Business Buyer Diaries. My name is Nathan Platter. I'm a full-time employee, and I bought a business. I did everything right, from finding the deal, handling all the due diligence on 63 opportunities, and ultimately bought a profitable gym. And boy, was I in for a big surprise as a new owner. I chronicled everything in real time, including the biggest wins to the stressful nights at 2 a.m. I'm sharing my journey without sugarcoating anything, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. Here's today's episode.
Hey, good morning, everyone. So, what to do a recap on eras I should have dug deeper on for studio number one. And it's not just studio, because right now there's just one. And there's no number two on the radar for a while, for a long while. But all I have to say, here are the areas that these sites do not add up. And that I think there were some what's the right wording for it? Some areas where some things just don't add up. We'll keep it at that. So number one, owner's compensation, sweat equity. So of the two partners, I think one of the partners put in a lot more time and energy than they let on, whether it be sales, marketing, filling in for managers, working offsite on the website, scheduling, sales consultations, closing deals. They told me they did a handful of hours. I think they did a lot more hours than what they let off. And so if my hunch there is accurate, that should have been accounted for by quite a good number for what a full-time PM. So that's one area. For the other partner, who is an accountant, I don't remember seeing their compensation whatsoever. And so if they're right now, I'm paying someone for like a full service accounting thing. I'm having to switch gears with my current accountant and go for more of a bookkeeper. But for one of the partners, they were a CPA, and I think they did a lot of work more than just bookkeeping, like tax filings, payroll, handling things on an accrual basis and on a cash basis. They ran marketing plays, they ran campaigns, they did a lot of administrative work. And in hindsight, I don't see their compensation anywhere. And so their services should have been an extra $3,000, $3,500, $4,000 a month of expense. So that's when it should have been accounted for. With payroll, I should have asked for the 3 most recent payroll runs. I don't want to see who is on payroll, whether it be instructors, managers, owners on payroll, because as soon as I took over, payroll was significantly more than what was on the spreadsheet that I looked at. So I should have looked at a formal authorized payroll run with itemized names and dollar amounts, year-to-date values, that sort of. I also should have confirmed with prior external vendors when those contracts ended or if they were still continuing. So some are like software and like day-to-day administrative. Like those are pretty quick and easy. Like when a member signs up for a class, they come in for a class. That's easy to help the vendor say, hey, it looks like they're paying so much a month. Are they paying so much a month? Yes or no? And that's pretty easy. One vendor that I should have double checked on was some external sales teams, some members that were doing sales, like squad, if you will. I was told that was disbanded months and months prior, and they did a lot more work than the sellers informed me. And I should have contacted them, confirmed that they concluded, and in hindsight, they were doing a lot more than I was led to believe. That was another one. Would be another one. I think those are the main ones. There were a total of 6 bullet points I had, but those are all them to add up. And so after the first month of ownership, expenses are significantly higher than what I was informed. They matched the spreadsheets I read through matched tax returns. However, the day-to-day cost of ownership is far different than how everything added up. And I have some hunches, I have some theories. There's some things I still need to validate. But those are the areas that I would recommend folks buying a business really dive into, specifically payroll. Payroll can be a funny game because you can pay people as a W-2, pay them as a contractor, indicate that someone's not on payroll, and in fact they are on payroll. And if you're getting paid instead of by like a payroll provider, like a payroll provider, like ones that come to mind are Augusto, Paycheck, Payflex, like ADP, any like day-to-day like payroll provider, if you're getting paid by a check from the bank of the owner, that kind of fits. This, you need to have a formal payroll run that can be back validated, to have an admin login, a user login, a view only login. And that's what I use a formal payroll provider when I do payroll, because that's about par. That's the way to do it. And if you do it a different way, it can still pan out, but it's just not formal, and it's going to be trickier, especially when folks have to file taxes to get I-9s, W4, W2, W4 at the end of the year. And so those are areas that I'm like, oh gosh, I should have double checked a handful of these items. So we'll see where we go from here. But I want to keep it very succinct, very simple. Those are the areas, and if I can coach people through a one-on-one or in a group setting, would love to get more granular. But since this is a blast to the public, I want to keep it very simple on directions, because that's how I want to keep it for right now. So that's where we're going. That's how I'm going to keep it above par going forward, and we'll proceed onward from there. Today's kind of a tougher day. Just met with a professional on a frequent schedule, and they said, like, hey, here's some things I'm seeing. Keep a pulse on this, your mental state, how you're doing, because I feel like I got scared. I feel like I bought something that was not wholly represented the whole extent of the truth. And I'm now having to follow through and figure out how do we take this really good thing and make sure it's still how can we get it back to profitable? Because it was really, to me, it was very profitable, and it's below break even, and it's costing me money each month to own the business. And so how are we going to turn it around? How are we going to make this a good business for the members and the staff and the owner? Because right now it's benefiting the members and the staff more than it is me. And it's a tough pill to swallow. And I'm trying to keep things kosher. I backed out of deal number 2 because I don't want to buy. I can't take on a second one of these and still afford it, because I can't afford to pay out of pocket twice. I can afford to pay out of pocket once. So how are we going to turn this around so that it's a good endeavor for everyone involved? So just got home, battling some negative self-talk, and how are we going to turn this around? At the end of the day, it is going to turn around, and things will be all right. It'll be okay. I have confidence that the God is involved in all this, and that's the story I'm telling myself, and I'm allowing my subconscious to slowly get there quicker than my top conscious. So I'm going to breathe deeply. I'm going to write down, what is it? I met with the coach like 2 weeks ago, and he had some great advice. Let me pull those up. For journaling, like self-reflection, write down my fear, write down my gratitude, write down some brag, write down some goals, and then write down some action items. What can I tangibly do from here on? Like, the fear, gratitude, brag, goal, action. FTBGA. Fear, gratitude, brag, goal, action. And then the fear is at the top of mind right now. And I would spend more time focusing on the gratitude, the brag, and the goal. It's just fine to have fear, but it's not fun to stay on. You got to focus on the gratitude, brag, goal. So we go with that, do that, and then keep plugging away at the day job. So that's where we're at, and that's the goal for today. That's where we're at. That's where we're going. Big breath in, big breath out. Let's rock and roll.
This has been another episode of the Business Buyer Diaries. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I hope you're realizing that business ownership is no cakewalk. Check the podcast notes for a link to the DIY due diligence program, the complete list of show sponsors, and for media inquiries. Music written and composed by Wes Schrock. I'm your host, Nathan Platter. Join me again on the next one.